What's up, guys? Derek from Team Shift here, and we got our second place OTS deck profile with
Ryan Pasnik.
What'd you play today?
I played Mermail Atlantean.
Why'd you play it?
I felt it was a good meta call coming into like our local store and the other surrounding towns. I like how the deck is very aggressive and can kill really fast. And then I built my deck to where I can live a turn in case I don't open a Neptibus. And I just really like the way the deck plays.
All right, let's see what we got.
Alright, so 3 Neptibus. This card is extremely fair in design in my opinion. It brought a deck that was completely terrible from the brink of death back into the competitive scene. It sends an Atlantean for cost and then it searches one, and then whatever it sends gets its effect because Neptibus is a water. And then he's like once per turn too, so if you summon this, your opponent can answer it, and if they do, you can probably just lose the game if he's not on the field at that point. And then I played 2 Dragoons. If you send him the grave, he gets to search you any Sea Serpent in the deck. That's amazing. And then if he's on the field, any level 3 or lower Sea Serpents can attack directly. 2 Marksman. When he's sent to grave for a water effect, targets a set card and destroys it. And then if he does battle damage, he summons Neptibus from your deck. I'm going to say Neptibus specifically because like it's the way to get to Neptibus. Because sometimes you don't open it, and summoning this and piercing for damage is the only way to get to it. And I've had to do that before in order to win games.
Over there.
And then 2 Infantry, he gives you an additional normal summon, and then he's also popping face-up cards when he's sent to grave for a water effect. Then I play 3 Megalos. I've seen people play 2. The reason I play 3 is because you want to see this card as soon as possible. And he's a discard outlet. Opening a Dragoons and not having a discard outlet is almost like, oh, I'm just going to lose anyways now. So having as many discard outlets as possible is really good for the deck. And when he's summoned, he searches an Abyss Spell or Trap. And he can attack twice by Tributing Water. 3 Teus, this is probably my favorite card in the entire deck because he takes 1 card to summon himself, and then if that 1 card is a Dragoons, you get 2 searches. And then if it's an infantry, say your opponent has an Infinity, you can go reveal Teus, discard infantry, so they have to negate this because they're just going to lose their Infinity to the infantry anyways. Because infantry is chain link 1.
And you can hide it.
Yeah. You have to chain to the initial activation of an effect. So it's really strong. He searches a level 4 lower Mermail. I play 2 Gundies. I abuse this card way more than I should because I like discarding Megalo with another Mermail I play as Pike, and then you just summon this, and then put this as Chain Link 1 because then he comes out and then he activates, discarding more cards. It's just super wombo combo-y, and it makes for really big pushes, and it allows to make unbreakable boards, even though they're extremely breakable, but they're still strong to have like a Gaios Dweller with an equip spell. And he gets you any level 3 water, being another Gundy or a Marksman. Then I play 1 Lindy. I do play the Sphere because coming into the event, I knew a lot of people are going to be playing Ghost Ogres because of how many Mermail players are in our area. So if I summoned my Megalo and had it get Ghost Ogred, I could just search the Sphere and then live, which I thought was really nice. Then 1 Diva because it's another Neptibus, although summoning this card is extremely scary because if they Veiler it, then well, whew, that's rough. 1 Moan Glacia. I almost didn't play this card because I lost the other one I had, so I had to buy this card, hope it came in the mail by the time of the tournament, but it put in so much work just discarding cards from my opponent's hand. It was amazing. And then 3 Gamma Seal because who doesn't love things that get eaten by this card. This card is amazing, and Mermail can afford to play 3 in the main deck, and it's a water, so it just goes along with everything else. 2 Maxi. I mean, it's Maxi. It's at 2. And then 2 Ghost Ogres. I was one of the people who were playing this card. It was super good against other Megalos. It's good against Alternative. It's good against Dante's. So it just put in so much work. For the spell cards, 1 for 1 because it gets you to Neptibus. The Mizuchi because it helps OTK and it stops the first spell card played. So if you're playing against like a Pendulum deck, if you side deck in your anti-spell, flip that. While this is equipped, your opponent can't out this immediately, and then or they can't out the anti-spell immediately, meaning they probably just lose the game. 1 Raigeki to clear boards. 1 Upstart for consistency. Going along with that is 2 Murray.
How did this work out?
Murray is an amazing card. So say you have 2 waters in hand in Murray, and they're not Neptibus, you're going to lose the game regardless. So if you play this, it's giving you a chance to at least come back into the game, and it came through every time I had to play it. And even if you don't play this card, because Mermail is so good at winning with as few cards as possible, Neptibus plus a water is 8,200 damage with clearing cards off your opponent's field. So it's extremely like not a waste to play this card, and it just gets you out of sticky situations. Then I play 2 Twin Twister for back row. I wasn't fearing too many back row decks coming in. Not many people play Burning Abyss around here. There's 2 people who play Cliff Fort Demise, and so then I played the 3 Instant Fusion. I play 3 of this because I have 2 targets for it in my extra deck, and it just makes for comeback plays. I think it's a win more card, but it also brings you back from the brink of defeat. And then I played the 1 Sphere.
Alright, let's see the side and extra.
For the side deck, we have 2 Veilers. This card, I'm iffy on it. I sided in for the Mirror. That's pretty much it. Monarch, if I saw those, because people still play that deck, believe it or not. 2 DD Crow. Before you ask me, oh Ryan, why not Cycle Reader? DD Crow is good against everything in the meta. It doesn't have to be a white monster that it targets. So it can hit Dante, Seer, Graph, hit Blue Eyes stuff. If you chain this to the cost of a Mermail being sent, or an Atlantean, it misses timing. So it's just extremely powerful. Then 3 Flying Sea for the Burning Abyss decks, if I did see them. Can't like say it's not going to be here, which it ended up winning the event. So it just put in the finest of work. I played the 1 Twin Twister, or the extra Twin Twister, and then 2 Dark Holes for more board clearance. And then 2 Drowning Mirror Forces. This card is silly. This card is so silly. And then 3 anti-spells. For the extra, 1 Norden for the Instant Fusion, and then Navalus as well. This card is beautiful. It's the most beautiful bird you'll ever see. And if your opponent max sees you, you don't have to just go into this and waste it. You can just make this instead, and they're like, oh, that didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. 1 Dweller. I wish this would have been 2, because I played Emerald and I never once made it. And then the best card in the entire extra deck, Spider Shark. This card just wins games. What it does is when it's summoned, or not when it's summoned, but when it attacks, or any monster attacks on your opponent's side of the field as well, you can detach 1 and everything your opponent controls loses 1,000. And then when he dies, he targets a monster in the grave and special summons it.
Is it any monster or any water monster?
I don't know, but I always target Norden, so it doesn't matter.
So it's any water, yeah.
Still pretty good. And then Big Eye, Gaios, Flare Metal, 101. So I used to not play this card until I was at YCS Toronto, I think it was, and I had my opponent down to like 400, and I ended up making a Gaios. But had I played this, I would have won. So ever since then, I've been playing this. It's just really good to like burn your opponent down to game, late game, or early game. If Mermail can't get the whole 8,000 in, this just negates monster effects that are weaker than it. Doesn't target. So if you have this on the field before like a Pendulum player plays Kieran, this will beat it. And then Big Eye just takes things, which is kind of funny. For the Synchros, 1 Tatsunoko, his evolved form, Coral Dragon. There are some shenanigans with this where you summon it and then Synchro with something from your hand to make this or a Trish. And then this is like a Bryanek, just not as good. I play Armory Arm and Herald. You'll usually see somebody play one or other. This card is really good going first because people will make you go first if you lose, or if you win game 1. So then you make this and then you instantly have a negate. And if you're going second, you can play this, equip to your Megalo, and then attack through monsters for the 8,200. Then I play 1 Meteor Burst because I didn't want to lose to a Battle Fader, and then a Trishula because this card is really good. Banishing cards from hand, field, grave.
Anything else? Any shout-outs?
Oh man, shoutouts, Derek Piotrowski, he's behind the camera.
Oh, yeah.
My boy Ali for testing with me and believing in me to do well. Everybody else that goes to my locals, represent Millennium Games and hobbies.
What was your hardest matchup of the day?
Burning Abyss. A deck, why is Dante not gone yet? Like, he's been here for like 2 years.
What was the easiest matchup you had? Fluffle. I
played Fluffle round 6, by the way. That deck is real. Don't count that deck out until you're like beating it, because if they just drop a wolf attacking 4 times, then it sucks. Hell yeah. I also played 2 Blue Eyes, Burning Abyss, Cliff Fort Demise, my boy Derek and Tape, I'm sorry bro. 2 Mermail Mirror Matches, I lost to one of those. That was in Swiss though. I lost to the same Brittany Abyss player I beat in Swiss in the finals. And a DDD player, so overall some pretty solid decks.
Any final thoughts?
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna name these 4 rubber duckies, am I right?
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on playing this during ABC format? What do you think?
Well, I got my invite, so I won't be playing during ABC format.
All right.
I'll be spectating from the sidelines.
All right, that's what's up. All right. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. Thank you.